Hi everyone, welcome to week 4. This week we are moving out of adolescence and right into early adulthood, which many of you might be in this stage, sort of the 20 to 40 category. And if you are, that's Erik Erikson's stage of intimacy versus isolation. Now, when folks define intimacy, they often think about physical intimacy. However, intimacy is comprised of many different areas like having fun, having intellectual conversations, spiritual intimacy, experiential intimacy, meaning going through something together. So when you think about maybe you got lost on a hike, maybe you were part of the military, maybe you had some type of alcohol group, support group, those things are experiential intimacy. And it's all ways that we connect with others deeply. And so we are looking for that from ages 20 to 40, according to Erik Erikson. If we don't find those things, that doesn't just mean that you find a romantic partner or a marital partner. It means that you find friends, you find people you can connect with, you have a family or a found family to help you establish those connections. Part of those connections can struggle from things like natural disaster. If you have hurricanes, earthquakes, tornadoes, flooding, fires, those types of things impact a community and impact the folks in that community for a long time. Sometimes we find that people come together really closely in those times. We call that centripetal relationships. They pull together. And sometimes we see centrifugal, where folks in a community fly apart. They all try and do their own thing. They don't connect with others. They kind of go off on their own and try and survive. And we tend to find those folks who as struggling more than the folks who pull together in a collectivistic and supportive environment. Those things are all important to growth and development in this stage. And it's a big stage, right? It's 20 years, which is the biggest span that we've had thus far. And it just shows the importance of connection. Perhaps during COVID-19, you recognize the importance of connection and how when we feel lonely, we can feel isolated, or when we feel isolated, we can feel lonely. And those things are really tough on our mental health and our physical health. What else? Illness. We tend to get more illnesses diagnosed when we're 20 to 40, and so we're looking at that. If you develop a disability or you're struggling with a disability, those things are also important. We realize the systemic impact of those things and how when we get sick, the other people in our circle or system are impacted. If we have a disability, other people in our circle or system are impacted as well. In terms of community also, we can find folks who rally around someone who has a certain illness or disability. And when we do that, we tend to see the most positive outcomes. That's why advocacy work is so important to you as a counselor, because you're looking for not only your clients, but the families of your clients and the communities that surround your clients. What else is important? Oh, we tend to see some addictive behaviors, and we have societally suggested behaviors that are okay, like drinking alcohol, which is a depressant. And we see that as socially okay. However, we see other things that are depressants that we don't think are okay. Certainly people eat and become addicted to food or certain food behaviors because of what it produces for them. We see people addicted to things like gambling, pornography, shopping, drugs. Certainly vaping is a scary one right now because it has long-term effects on the lungs that we cannot get back. And then certainly that impacts their health throughout their life, because anytime you go under surgery, if you've vaped at all, it really makes your body struggle to do better. So we see these types of things, and we see how families either continue or support or enable those addictions or work directly against it. And sometimes when we work directly against it, it's not societally rewarded, because we're saying, hey, I'm setting a boundary. I'm not going to enable this behavior. And then we have the other side of the camp that says their blood, their family, you should support them no matter what. And you get to make your own decision. However, research shows that enabling folks' addictive behaviors leads to worse relationships and worse mental and physical health over time. So there's a whole lot that happens, and throughout all of it, the main thread that we see, even if they're building a career, even if they're building a home, we see the importance of other folks in our lives. It's just there. That's why you're counselors, because you see the importance of human connection, of human emotion, and of helping and supporting each other. That's it for this week. Make sure you look at what's due and let me know if I can support you in any way.